A woman was picking mushrooms in the mountains when she suddenly discovered a nest of tiny animal babies scattered on the ground. When she picked them up, she could still feel a faint warmth on their bodies. Worried that they might freeze to death, she decided to bring them all home. Although she did not know whether she could raise them successfully, she believed it was still better than leaving them there to die. When she arrived home, she immediately wrapped them in a blanket to keep them warm, gently comforting them not to be afraid and telling them that this place would now be their home. In order to help them survive, she carefully hand-fed each one until she made sure every baby was full before placing them back into their nest. Since she had decided to bring them home, she was determined to take good care of them, and she was also curious about what they would look like when they grew up. From that day on, she treated them like precious treasures, always paying close attention to every small change in their bodies. After a few days, she started worrying that they might actually be a nest of mice, because their skin turned dark and their tails were growing longer. But even so, she continued raising them by her side, determined to find out their true identity. As they grew bigger, their appetite also increased, and the woman gradually became their full-time caretaker. Although the babies had not opened their eyes yet, they could already feel the warmth of this new home. After days and days of careful feeding, the little ones finally began to transform, and fortunately, the woman did not abandon them, because it turned out they were actually a group of adorable baby squirrels. Without their mother, they often huddled together to stay warm, but under the woman's loving care, they grew up healthy and strong. Once their eyes opened, the little squirrels treated the woman like their mother, always gathering around her asking for milk. Even when they were older, she still treated them like children, because animals that you raise with your own hands easily become deeply loved. Her husband would often take them outside to experience nature, and gradually they discovered the squirrels had an incredible curiosity. Even a simple suitcase could keep them busy exploring for an entire day. The woman eventually prepared a special nest and began training their climbing abilities, so that one day they could return to the wild more easily. Their arrival brought a lot of joy to the family. Although they ate large amounts of nuts and vegetables every day, the man was more than happy to provide for them. As time passed, the backyard slowly became their playground and a place where they could always find food waiting for them. The woman even placed feeding stations on the trees. The little squirrels would eat while stuffing food into their mouths. Over time, some squirrels gradually left, but a few would still run back immediately whenever they heard the woman calling them, until one day, something surprising happened. The balcony started filling up with pine cones. When the woman looked up, she realized the squirrels were bringing them from the treetops as a gift to repay her kindness. She never imagined that one accidental rescue would bring so many unexpected surprises, and now every day her home is filled with more pine cones than she could ever finish.